slipped away. The buzz in my head, it takes me right back to a time when nothing in this world can make me let go of that place in my mind when I was alive.
I'll start with the tea because that tension tamer tea is no joke. It had whatever the mixture is on it. They've got the herbal mixture. Some fucking alchemist apothecary somewhere fucking mixed up these herbs and spices, and this tea is so good. But like legit, I told my daughter, I'm like, don't drink this, and then if you have to go anywhere, and she's like, what? And I let her drink. She's like, oh my god, I'm so relaxed.
Is there like THC in it or something?
No, it just
Fucking opiates.
I swear to God, get yourself a box and make yourself a hot cup of tension tamer before bed.
Tension tamer.
Yeah, dude, it's.
I just thought you were making a joke about alcohol because Chuck was saying he was drinking tea, and it's really pretty much.
No, I really do drink tea
In a coffee cup.
in a coffee cup.
Hi, Marco.
Hi, Marco. Sorry, Marco.
What's up?
Matt was about to start placing bets on when you get here. I'm all, no, he gets a hall pass, dude. He could be as late as he wants. And you were on time.
Word.
Oh, I thought that was a cardigan. That's a pretty nice cardigan.
Nah, it's a hoodie. It's my emergency. It's my emergency hoodie. There's a story behind this hoodie.
Oh, well, now we need to hear it. Why do you have an emergency
I
hoodie?
like the colors.
I appreciate you. It's like some weird braid. Anyways, I did a guest spot at my a friend of mine's shop in South Jersey. Plug. It's Amy Nicoletto. She was on LA Inc. Anyways, I did it, and I had no idea. I did not check the weather, so I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a little chilly. So I took just some flannels, and I got there, it was snowing.
Oops.
I landed, and it was fucking straight ice and snow, like on the tarmac. I was like, I looked outside.
As in ice, as in snow and ice.
Yeah, I was like, I am so fucked. So, and my flight was delayed, so I was supposed to get there at 8 p.m. I did not get there until 1 o'clock in the morning.
Luck on getting something warm.
Fuck, dude. So I got the rental car. And since everything got fucked up, I couldn't get into the Airbnb because the Airbnb, I didn't realize that the Airbnb was like someone's spare bedroom.
Oh, Jesus.
Right. It's like when they say the cloud, and the cloud is code
Yep.
for someone else's computer.
Right. Exactly. So I couldn't do a middle of the night check-in. I was like, I'm so hosed. So I got to the rental place, like the car rental place, like at 2:30 in the morning. Finally, after the shuttle, the one running shuttle for the whole fucking airport came by and picked me up. Took me there, got the rental car, and I just fucking parked that bitch in front of Walmart with the fucking engine running, the heater on, and just passed out for a couple hours.
Jesus.
Now, this was I think late February, early March, so they already pulled all their winter gear out. And they had all their spring shit out. So the only thing that they had, I'm sorry, it wasn't even a Walmart. I had to go to Walmart, didn't have anything, so I went up at fucking Burlington, and this is the only fucking thing that they had at Burlington that would fit my gigantic ass, that was semi-warm.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Well, on
so,
the
yeah.
emergency hoodie.
Yeah.
It was emergency hoodie. Yeah.
Well,
damn,
on
it's
that
not
note,
that
welcome
cold
to
out.
the locker room. I'm Tom.
I'm Matthew.
I'm Chuck.
I'm the previous frozen beaner.
Oh Lord. Well, I was saying earlier in the thread, Howard Stern is officially a fucking sellout.
And I went, huh?
Yeah. Have you guys seen any of this? Oh,
I
look
stopped-
at that. Look at that. I made
I
you
don't-
that how long ago?
I don't know
Wait,
how
is
I
that
wound
mine?
up with this. Yeah, it says Erskine on it. This is yours.
How did you end up with that?
I have no idea how I wound up with this. Like I don't have a clue.
How did you just
How-
find that just now? Okay,
I
so
looked
for
over-
those of you in not on TV land, Marco's holding up a leather sporan, and if you don't know what a
Yeah.
sporan is, it's the leather pouch that Scott Scottish people wear in front of their kilts to hold your whiskey. And somehow I made one years ago because I do leather work as a hobby. And Marco somehow in Texas just holds it up and goes, "Hey, look at this.
Look at this."
I'm finally unpacking like all my tools and all my extra shit in my corner of the garage. And I just looked over and I'm like, what the fuck is this fucking like leather fucking fupa pouch looking motherfucker doing over here? And I picked it up and I'm like, I know who this
Fupa.
belongs to. Like,
Oh Lord.
what the fuck? I'm going to send this shit to you because I honestly, bro, I have no idea how the fuck I would have ever wound up with that. Like, I don't understand how that's in my possession.
Well, it's all right.
Yeah.
We'll get back someday. Yeah. But I was saying that Howard Stern's a fucking sellout because if anybody's been following any news about COVID or anything like that, you may have seen that Howard Stern's gone full fucking like germaphobe vaxhole. Like, he legitimately says, fucking, he's gonna run for office because of the vaccine bullshit and fix this whole mess. Like, just more of that insane bullshit, But I'm thinking to myself, he just did an interview. Have you guys been following this Nadal Djokovic thing?
No, what's that?
Well,
give me back on it.
So Djokovic, I can't remember how to say his name, first name. Anyway, he's a very famous tennis player. He's great tennis player. This motherfucker gets a medical exemption to go to the Australian Open and play tennis.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Against the vaccine because he has a doctor's note saying that he had COVID in December.
Okay.
And for those of you, you could say, "Oh, he had COVID last year," and he had COVID in December. Okay,
like a couple days ago, December.
And so he gets a medical exemption from having to take the vaccine because he fought and won, and he, like me, COVID survivor. And
I'm sorry, I was just thinking of the old punk song, and it's like, I fought COVID and I won.
Right?
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
moving forward, apparently.
Wow.
Holy momentum killer, Batman. Go ahead, Thomas.
Thank you. So
it wasn't me that time.
I know, right?
I'm happy.
Woo.
So he gets this medical exemption, turns it into the Australian government, gets ready to go to the Australian Open, and then the fucking government revokes his visa and sticks him in a quarantine lockup hotel.
They can do that
in Australia.
Okay. And they're not going to let him compete. They're going to revoke his visa, kick him the fuck out of the country because he's shenanigans, right? They're saying, "Oh, you lied about your vaccination status, or your reason for getting the exemption is bullshit," or whatever. They're looking into and investigating his exemption.
Okay.
So apparently a judge, an immigration judge or whatever, listened to the whole case and ruled on Djokovic's side and said, "Hey, I'm looking at all this evidence. I'm looking at all these rules. I'm looking at everything this dude did to comply. I don't understand what more this guy could have done. Give him his fucking visa back." And so now the big thing is the director of immigration for Australia still has the power to just personally use his veto power and say, "No, I'm the head of immigration and I use my personal power to revoke your fucking visa. I don't give a shit what anybody else says."
Okay, so he just douched it.
Right. So this is the fight that this fucking tennis player, this world-class tennis player, is going through to play fucking tennis in the Australian Open, right? Whatever, except Mr. Howard Stern, Mr. Rebel Radio, Mr. Fuck the FCC, Mr. Vaxhole now, he said they should throw him right the fuck out of tennis.
Out of tennis?
Yes. Right?
Oh. So tennis cancel. So tennis cancel his ass.
Right. So Djokovic's visa got reinstated Monday. And if you're listening to this, it's Monday, the second week of January 2022. And Howard Stern has gone on record on the radio and described anybody who remains unvaccinated as an imbecile. Okay. So count me among the imbeciles.
Yep.
Called on tennis to throw Djokovic out of the game for his refusal to get the vaccine. Quote, that fuck nut. What a fucking asshole. The first I've heard of this guy is that he doesn't want to get his vaccine. They should throw him right the fuck out of tennis. That's it. Goodbye. And he could be lying. He's a dick bag or a douchebag, and he's a fucker. This is Howard Stern, right? This is Mr. Fuck the rules, fuck the system, like fuck censorship. I can say whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. The FCC can kiss my ass. Like, I saw the movie Private Parts.
Right.
This is kind of like when all the rock stars are coming out and going, like Rage Against the Machine. You got to get vaccinated to come sing "Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me."
Right.
This fucking guy is officially a sellout. I just can't. So talk about cancel. My version of cancel culture is I don't give a fuck what Howard Stern says or does anymore at all. Like, I used to be like, okay, whatever. I don't listen to him anymore. You know, that was fine when I was like 17 and it was like rebellious to listen to dick and fart jokes on the radio and hear some chicks like getting naked on a radio show and all the stupid shenanigans he used to do. I grew out of it. I don't care. Howard Stern's kind of irrelevant. He's had some cool interviews now that he's like the oldest man in radio. But at this point, man, fuck you, Howard Stern.
I was there a while ago with
or
him.
Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like maybe Howard Stern's just trying to be relevant. I don't know.
Until you brought it up in that thread, I'd all but forgotten about him.
Yeah, I mean, what was his last big gig? Was pressing the red X buzzer on America's Got Talent, right? That was his last big gig.
I didn't watch that shit, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. So
other than his show, the Stern show on Sirius XM.
Yeah, on XM. Mm-hmm.
And honestly, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's trying to stay relevant because he did the whole thing with Trump and attacked Trump the whole time he was in office. And he would have some decent segments, and then all of a sudden he would have a whole segment one day just on the Trump and that comedian that came on that got in trouble by the Secret Service or something for having a severed Trump's head and shit. And yeah, it just seems like
Kathy Griffin.
Sounds like he's trying to stay relevant. To be honest, he's a fucking old guy.
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard. It's hard with a personality like that. I'm with Chuck. It's hard to tell what is actually opinion, truth, and what is like shock rock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Yeah. Yep.
It's what's Marilyn Manson about this? Meaning, like, what's the stage antics versus what's the real like opinion, if you will. So
right. You want to talk about shock rock nowadays? Shock rock is when you find out that Alice Cooper is a scratch golfer and a born again Christian. That is shock rock.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I mean, it's funny. I had a friend say that conservatism is the new punk rock.
Well,
wait, say that again.
Well,
that conservatism is the new punk rock because it's conservatives that are now saying, wait, fuck your rules. This is about freedom. I'm not doing what, like it's a weird juxtaposition that, the party of, but I went back to it and I remember now that I'm thinking about it, which senator's wife was about censorship in the 80s in the PMRC? Oh yeah. Tipper fucking Gore.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, maybe we were, as a kid, we didn't realize which party was the party of censorship.
Fuck, never mind. I was gonna say something I forgot.
Well, that just now you are the momentum.
Now I am the guy.
But what the other thing that bothers me about that is like with all this COVID exemption stuff, like Djokovic had for the tennis match. It's Novak. I said Nadal. Nadal's the other tennis player.
Oh, Novak. Okay, yeah.
Now you know what I'm talking about.
Now
right?
I know what you're talking about.
You're so full of shit.
No, because
really?
there's this guy that I follow that's in Australia that's been posting about it.
Oh,
so
okay.
the name Novak, like, yeah, okay, but yours is
Novak
Djokovic. And I was like,
yeah, DJOVI. Yeah, Novak Djokovic. But what I found to be even more disturbing is, as I was looking into this stuff about the exemptions and blah 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 blah,
Right.
apparently our own government is starting to keep track of the religious beliefs of all those federal and state, and basically if an employee turns in a vaccination exemption card, they're keeping track of their religious status. That should fucking scare you.
But check this out. And it's something along those lines of like the vaccine and stuff like that. The funny thing is that there was a halt on vaccines, exemptions, and things like this within the government. I can't say where my wife works, but she works in a quasi government thing, and they just advised them that there is a halt on vaccines, mandatory vaccines, exemptions, and everything like that, because they're like, well, we really can't enforce it because there's something going on in the court right now. So no one has to get vaccinated. No one has to get a given exemption. You can kind of operate as normal. And there is no deadline for any of that, but yet you still have other entities within certain cities that are like, no, you must be vaccinated. We're going to fire your ass. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
The government's nuts though.
Yeah.
Well, so that's this. It says a small federal administrative agency will start to collect the quote personal religious information of its own employees who object to taking coronavirus vaccines for religious reasons. That should fucking piss you off. I don't care if you're religious or not. That should piss you off. There's no fucking how about it's none of your fucking business? That's why I'm not taking
it. Right. So wait, so they're saying that I thought the like Chuck said, the federal mandate thing was
they're
hold.
arguing it. Yeah, they're arguing it in the Supreme Court right now.
Yeah.
So
but from day one,
like,
postal workers were exempt from day one. Which
right,
makes
the people
no
that handle
sense.
all the mail and go house to house.
Go house to house. They were exempt from day one, and so was like Congress and Congress people and senators and shit were exempt too, and the White House staff.
Yeah, so I think it should be illegal for Congress to pass any law that they're exempt from.
Right.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
In fact, I think all laws should apply to them first and double.
Yeah.
Like my wife and I, she was watching a special on a kid that like went to prison at 14 for accidentally or for killing this girl that he was friends with, and she's watching it and she goes, yeah. So he shot her in the back of the head, but come to find out that it was an accident. They had gone out shooting, and 14-year-old kid unloading the gun and accidentally shot her in the back of the head. However, the DA actually hid information about this kid's friendship and relationship with his family and how close he was to the family, and tried to make it sound like this was just like he was an asshole who just killed this poor girl and hid her body in the woods. And in reality, he was a 14-year-old kid who accidentally killed his friend and was afraid of what was going to happen to him. And so he dragged her body out into the forest because he's a fucking dumbass 14-year-old immature kid. Right. Well, my wife's like, isn't that illegal? And I said, yeah, that's exculpatory evidence. It has to be handed over. Like, and she goes, well, what's going to happen to them? I'm all, they should go to fucking prison for as long as the kid went.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a lawmaker,
that's fair.
If you're supposed to be held to the same standards, you're supposed to be held to a higher standard. So if you're a fucking prosecutor and a kid gets convicted and does because he's 22 now or something like that, 20. Anyway, he did like 6 or 8 years in prison. And now they're trying to, get him out because they hid this information that this kid was close to this family and that he called the girl's parents mom and dad, and that there's every evidence to say that he would never have done it and it was an accident. But the DA hid it and wouldn't show it to the jury or anything like that. Then fuck you. You should go to prison for as long as he went to prison.
Agreed.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
I 100% agree with that. It's just like in the same case, if you when we've talked about in the past, if you falsely accuse somebody, like we know that we've talked about, I think a couple times, which is the girl who said that she was raped at a party because she was ashamed, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the kid went, did time, and lost his scholarship and lost his scholarship for playing football or ball, whatever it was, or basketball, whatever it was. And then when more evidence started coming out, then she went and came out clean. I think she should do the sentence that he was given.
Yeah,
whether he did the entire time or not, I think she should be given the sentence that he was given originally.
Fuck yes, 100%. Absolutely, 100%. Nope, you're totally agree. Here's the thing. As a cop, I will tell you that I believe in law and order. I believe that bad guys should go to jail, but I'll be the first one to tell you. In fact, most good cops will be the first ones to tell you the criminal justice system is broken.
Oh, for sure.
And needs to be fixed. When you put a good case on somebody that needs to go to fucking jail and the DA is allowed to plea it down to nothing just because your win-loss record is what gets you elected. Nah, that's fucking bullshit. That's
Right.
bullshit. You should be required to do your job and not make deals against the interests of justice, no matter what the fuck it does to your political career. Period.
Right.
End of story. So I don't know. I just
I don't know what the fuck that was either. Sounds like a gong. Yeah.
You're right. I was like, someone hit a fucking gong.
I mean, just look at Gascon.
Oh, I can't.
Did it sound like
I
this?
can't. Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, the
That was
spring
the
on the fucking.
spring on the thing.
Oh, okay.
I just knocked it with my finger bags. I'll have to hear it back because it doesn't sound like shit to me. So that's funny.
Oh, it's yeah, it reverberates.
Boy.
It's impressive.
And speaking of law enforcement overhaul, did you guys see the FBI interview, the FBI testimony in front of Congress?
Oh my God. I
Parts
can't
of it.
I can't answer that, Thomas. I won't be able to answer that.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Like it's comical.
Is the sky blue? I'm sorry, I won't be able to answer
I can't hold on.
that. Every fucking thing.
I mean,
she said yes to one question, I think, at the very end.
Right. I don't think you should be allowed to say that. You're the FBI director, isn't?
Yeah.
Here, can't you like fucking compel her to answer?
Motherfucking feel. They are so.
But by her
I said there are so many amendments to the Constitution. I choose the feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, feel.
But by
Oh
her
my
saying
God.
that, she answered the question.
Well, right. I mean,
it's
okay.
like-
That question was answered by that fucking picture on that meme with all the FBI agents in their fucking shorty shorts. Like that's when that question was answered. Yes, I also like to insurrect Capitol buildings. Tell me more about your unlawful plans.
Like how they compared it to Pearl Harbor and 9/11.
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
that
What the
was.
fuck?
That was a
And there was some
joke.
dipshit on the post that was fucking, I couldn't anymore.
The only
No,
person that died was from the Capitol Police shooting him in the chest, and that was a female that got shot who was just
Right.
standing in front of the window with a bunch of assholes that were breaking the window. Yeah, okay, but you shot
Well, she was
her.
climbing. She was
wasn't-
climbing.
No,
through.
she was climbing
Yeah,
through.
she was
Yeah,
climbing
no,
through.
homie. Yeah.
fuck,
She was.
dude.
She was.
She was.
there.
I mean, look,
she was
I'm not
climbing
saying
through.
right or
She-
wrong, but
yeah.
she
What
wasn't
about-
just
She
standing there.
she wasn't
I
just
mean,
standing there not doing anything.
He's the
She was-
only
she was doing
motherfucker
some
that
shit.
shot, dude.
Right.
For sure.
Well, I'm not saying that he wasn't wrong. I'm
Background.
just saying let's
Right.
let's call it like it happened.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah,
like-
climbing.
Exactly.
She was
She
climbing
was
the
climbing
barricade.
through.
And does she deserve to get shot? No fucking way.
No.
I mean, for
No.
crying out loud, it was
No, was it
the
excessive?
Capitol
Yeah, it was
Police that
definitely
let him in there to begin with.
But did you see the freaking the FBI guys in full fucking gear that were right behind her as this happened?
Oh my God.
Like they were literally standing there, two guys.
It's
with
a
rifles
joke.
standing there when she got shot.
It was all
Like-
fucked up.
There's because I guess the Kazakhstani people just stormed their capital and forced everybody
Yeah.
out. And there was a great meme that was like fucking
See what we
Kazakh
started?
people going, that's how you fucking insurrect.
Thanks.
Oh my God.
Thanks.
It's like, and you saw that meme I posted with Pelosi and the squad, and they're all like storming the beaches at Normandy.
Oh yeah. Those
I
fucking
mean,
people.
Oh,
It's a-
that was fucking retarded. Do you guys see the?
Who do you think does her eyebrows every morning? Is she doing that herself?
Well,
Oh,
you
yeah.
saw what Tucker
No.
Carlson did.
Yeah.
No,
Did
what
you guys
happened?
see this?
Oh my
Okay.
God, it's
Marco,
fucking gold. We gotta
this-
pause. Put the
Yeah,
sleepy time
put the-
music on
okay,
for
hold
the
on.
people, and we'll be back.
Okay,
I
here
will
we
be
go.
right
Elevator
back.
music.
Important for us to do than reject the Constitution and our democracy.
Wait, it gets better.
Oh, man.
I think I just peed a little.
Oh shit.
Whoever did that's an evil genius.
Oh,
Evil fucking
God.
genius.
It was
Oh,
amazing.
That's funny.
And the fact
I
that
can't.
like
I can't right
we've
now.
we've gotten to the point where we have to like
fucking
put
eyes,
that-
dude.
like Fox News does that shit, and he's just like he's having fun. He,
Oh,
you know,
fucking Ronald McDonald eyebrows right there.
oh
You know,
my
that's who
God.
does the eyebrows. That's what
Yep.
Ronald McDonald does the eyebrows. That's that. We just answered that question. Who does the eyebrows?
arches,
Ronald
the
McDonald.
arches.
Yep. Those
Oh,
are the golden
I thought,
arches.
I thought he had she had hired some chola from 1987 who had developed Tourette's.
She's got to hire somebody. No, because those are that's what I'm saying. They're nice, even lines, and there's no way her freaking vodka soaked shaky ass hand is fucking doing that in the morning.
No,
And
Ooh,
getting
she's
it
do you
got
think
tight.
they're tattooed on?
No.
Oh, for
she's-
sure.
Oh
she's
yeah.
got the home,
Oh, that or microbladed, but
She got
fucked
the-
up
she-
microbladed.
she got the homegirl sad eyes doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Her eyebrows are right here and those are up here.
She just always looks
Hey!
so surprised to be somewhere. She's
Ring. Hey, sad eyes. Hey, baby. Hey, hey,
Hola,
mira,
chica.
that one. Hey, mira. Hey, that one crazy white lady's calling you again, eh? Do her eyebrows. Okay, you gotta go over there. I guess it's important, eh? You got a meeting or something.
She always wants to do her eyebrows. It's so like she gets us so big, you know. Even my homegirl, she doesn't even get them that big.
Hey,
She
Heina,
wants them
maybe
so
she just
big.
likes them. Maybe she just wants to look surprised all the time, eh?
I know, but she paid good, so whatever.
That
Oh,
is
God.
locker room mailbag at gmail.com.
We're not on.
Yeah,
What?
we are.
Yeah, we
We
are.
are?
We're recording.
We've been on, yeah.
Oh, I took my thing off,
upper-
so I didn't.
Upper
didn't hear
left,
it.
upper left hand corner.
See the little red dot
Oh.
says recording.
Yeah, I see it.
There it is.
I didn't hear it.
Hey,
There
welcome
it
back,
is.
Jack. How you doing today? Good
Oh,
afternoon.
yeah.
Good afternoon. How
Got
you
that.
doing?
It's got that. What the fuck time tea he's been drinking over there.
That's right.
It's got orange peel in it. Orange zest.
Oh,
Some
that makes
orange
it healthy.
bitters.
That just makes it gay. It doesn't make it healthy.
Oh,
Bitters aren't gay.
What?
That's Smirnoff.
I got to
what
stand
you're
by Chuck.
drinking
Yeah,
over
I
there.
mean,
Once again, that's locker
hey,
room
I'm-
mailbag.
an old fashioned
gmail.com.
is not an old fashioned's that's a classy manly drink.
Wait,
Yeah, like a
speaking of
Manhattan,
hate
but-
mail over offensive jokes.
Oh my
Fucking
god,
Bob
we got a good joke.
Fucking Bob.
Oh,
Saget.
fucking yeah.
fucking Bob
Mm.
Saget.
Oh,
God
What
damn
what
it.
do we think happened? I know
Danny
they said there's
Tanner.
no,
Dive deep
no
in a
evidence
hooker.
of foul
Died
play.
peacefully. Like
Yeah,
he,
yeah,
he
yeah,
described
yeah,
one
yeah,
arm
he-
across his chest, the other arm down at his side, just a pale waxy color. That motherfucker went in his sleep.
Mhm.
Wow.
I mean,
Was hoping it was with like a hooker or something.
Right?
Danny Tanner,
right?
like a
well, like I
15-year-old
said, that's the
midget
dream.
hooker.
Yeah.
Oh god
A la-
damn.
a la-
That
a
was
llama?
like
two
rape
circus midgets?
rapey proxy right
He's
there.
he's in bed with the two
I'm just
with the
saying.
two twins, like they're all grown up now, and he's like, "What? We aren't actually fucking related."
Oh man.
No, I don't know, man.
Wow.
Have you seen them skeletons lately? Ooh,
Wow.
No, yeah, it'd be like fucking two bags of sticks.
Doesn't
Oh, my
they have another sister who's in the Aquaman movie? Yeah.
No. She's in
Oh no, she's the
Uh,
WandaVision chick.
Wanda, yeah,
yes,
she's Wanda.
that's
Wanda,
the
yeah.
that's the
Whoa,
that's the
whoa!
The Scarlet Witch.
That's her
What?
sister.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
their sisters. Yeah.
Elizabeth
yeah, the
Oh,
twins
man.
from Full House.
Elizabeth Olsen.
WandaVision is
That's
is
what-
their sister.
Wow, that's what happens when you don't go anorexic and bulimic.
I know,
With
right?
Coke.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
right. That's
as
what you
Rick
live
James said, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
And he was right.
Oh, yeah. I don't
Jeez.
remember. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't remember ever dragging my dirty feet across Danny Tanner's a couch. You know, I do remember dragging my feet or my dirty feet around Danny Tanner's.
You know, so let's we have a friend who was on Full House, right? We have a friend, the
We
audience
do.
we do.
We
And
do.
what was amazing to me is like, I knew growing up, I knew Bob Saget from two things. I knew him from Full House
Right.
and America's Funniest Home Videos.
America's Funniest Home Videos, right?
That's right.
And his
And-
filthy fucking stand-up.
Well, no,
Yeah, but that was
so that
until
was the thing.
later.
I did no, that was apparently the whole time.
That was the whole time.
No.
Right?
I didn't know.
That's what I was
Oh,
saying.
okay.
Yeah,
Right,
I
right,
didn't know
right.
that either.
The,
So
the other side of Danny Tanner, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
right. So there's a movie that you can watch called The Aristocrats, and not the Aristocats, not the Disney.
Okay.
Right.
That's what my
Not the
head,
meow.
my head told. I'm like, I've seen that. Plenty of
Like,
times.
where's this going?
Bob
Bob
Saget.
Saget.
Not aristocrat.
Got it. Crats,
So
not
there's
cats.
a movie
Got it.
called
Yeah.
The
Crats.
Aristocrats. It's a
Okay, I'm
documentary.
tracking.
And it's a documentary about, and you guys will appreciate the fact that it's a documentary about one joke, just one joke.
A whole documentary about one
A
joke.
whole documentary about one joke.
That'd be a powerful
And-
fucking joke.
Well, so
That's a big Twinkie.
yeah, so we should do this one time. We should see, but you guys have to go watch the documentary first. And it's a documentary
that's fine.
about comedians
Uh-huh.
telling this joke, and everybody tells it differently, because the ultimate thing about this joke is you can literally make up the entire joke as you go, as long as you nail the punchline. And so it has become known as the comedian joke, right? So
Okay.
comedians sit around and try to tell this joke in such a way as to outdo each other. And if you watch this documentary, this is where I learned about Bob Saget's secret life, is all these stand-up comedians are going, oh, no, you haven't lived until you've heard fucking Bob Saget tell it. And they're like, what? And they're like,
Okay.
Bob Saget's version of this joke is the filthiest. And then everybody's like, you don't know about Bob Saget. Bob Saget is the filthiest comedian on the, like, Bob Saget is disgusting, which goes with the meme that you said.
Right.
You should describe that for the audience real quick, because
there was a classic, meme thing. It says the media, heaven gained an angel today, referring to Bob Saget. It says Bob Saget in hell, and there's just a picture of him in hell with a freaking shorty shotgun in one hand, grabbing a freaking demon with the other. Whose dick do I have to suck for some coke?
yeah. And for those of you that don't know shit about Bob Saget, and other than Danny Tanner, I just looked up the joke, and apparently it's a tribute to Bob Saget in Rolling Stone magazine online that came out 2 days ago. I didn't know, I did not know this article existed when I was telling the story just now. And it is a flashback, and they have a whole article, including video, of Bob Saget telling the joke. And it says,
shit.
Yeah, the head, I'll send it to our group, but it says, Bob Saget tells the filthiest joke in history. Now, I'm not sure how I should, like, if I mean, I kind of want everybody just to go watch the documentary, and it's from 2005.
If you can pull the audio from that, you can do the whole classic, just hold it up to the microphone thing.
Do you want me to play Bob Saget?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
It's Bob Saget. I mean, so it's like
Okay.
we can't get hit for like listening to, we're listening to somebody say this. We're not saying it.
Okay.
If it's that fucked up.
Well, so here's the premise, just so you guys understand.
Hit
That
me.
the joke is, the punchline is not the funny part of the joke, because the
Okay.
punchline is the only thing that never changes. You can see the punchline coming from a mile away, and you know that that's the punchline.
Okay.
The art form is
creating the story that
creating
leads
the
up
story.
to said punchline.
that punchline. So here is Bob Saget. Well, let me look it up here real quick. But this is Bob Saget telling the filthiest joke in the world, and the punchline, I'm just letting you know, is in the title of the film. The movie is called The Aristocrats because that is the punchline of the joke, and it's always the same punchline. So here we go. Tell me if you can hear this.
Maybe in Vegas. It's kind of like Cirque du Soleil, more like Jerk du Soleil, because that's what they're going to do to each other. They walked in this guy's office, and the agent goes, well, what do you people do? And the father's like,
Okay, hold on. I'll back it up a little bit so you can hear the whole thing. Okay.
gigs around this great country, maybe in Vegas. It's kind of like Cirque du Soleil, but more like Jerk du Soleil, because that's what they're going to do to each other. They walk into this guy's office, and the agent goes, well, what do you people do? And the father's like, watch us. The father's like ripping off his kid's clothes, and he takes his wife's bra and he throws it off of her, and he rips off her underwear, and he takes some of her pubes with it. It's horrible, and there's a little bit of blood starts dripping down her leg, and they're all like, there's women and children are walking up here right now.
This is a joke?
The father's like totally undressing his whole family, and then he gets out an epaulette. He starts shaving his wife's back. Daughter's got like a little, she's having her friend, she's having her period, is what she's having. So he just pulls out the tampon and throws it at the window, and it sticks. And then they all just start fucking each other. They go down on each other in all different configurations. It's 69, it's 29 because the kids are young. It's 9. The father bends his kid over on the guy's desk, and he's like taking him from behind. All of a sudden, the kid can't take it. Diarrhea starts squirting out of his ass. And it won't stop. It's like a hemorrhaging shit ass. The kid starts spinning in a circle because he can't control it. It's kind of like Curly in the Stooges. Mo, Larry the Cheese. He's spinning it in a circle. The projectile shit is just flying at him. It's going all over the room. It's like spinning.
What is happening right now?
It's dripping down. This poor kid is convulsing. He starts throwing up. You don't know whether to shit or puke in this room. That's how. What the fuck am I doing? Then, wait, there's more. The mother puts all the nails off of one of her hands, puts it up her daughter, and starts working her like a puppet. She's spinning her on the hand, and while this is going on, and they're skating in it, of course, and they're slipping. And with skating in your own feces and vomit and stuff, there's always going to be pratfalls because you can't help it. It's slapstick. So they're slipping in it, and they're covered in it, and their faces are covered in it. Then they all start singing "We Are Family" by Sister Sledge, which I think is offensive because you don't want to mix incest with feces and racism. I think it's wrong, and they shouldn't have done it. That's how I look at it. But you know what? An opening act's an opening act. So they continue. Father can't help himself, hauls back, smacks his wife right in the mouth, knocks all of her teeth out, sticks his fist, accidentally, mind you, down her toothless throat. Unbelievable. He actually fists her neck. Trying to get her off of his hand, he starts flailing around. He's a very strong man. Her body is flailing around, knocks all the kids against the wall. Their heads hit the wall, and they crack. They're not dead. They're fine. Don't even worry about them. Their fall was broken by all the feces that was in their hair. So then they start singing Make 'Em Laugh. They start singing Make 'Em Laugh and Be a Clown. And the father's hemorrhoid pops, right? So he grabs it up, puts it on the end of his nose like a clown, like Emmett Kelly, except he's covered in shit. Then they all start making out. They're making, because all kidding aside, the adrenaline, all the feces all over the wall, there's shit, there's vomit, and they've been running around. You get all heated. The kids are not bleeding bad. They get up, they're walking around kind of aimlessly. All 6 members of the family, and they just start making out very deeply with each other, like that old lady in Eraserhead with that guy. And then, of course, they all start vomiting because it's offensive to be kissing your family. By the way, this would be a good time right now to take your pants off and get some lotion. Because that's what happens next with this family. They just start jacking and...
What the fuck?
Can I get a tape of this for my reel? I want to show this to my dad. I got to finish the joke. They're all having sex with each other. And to me, if you're going to have sex, by the way, with like a 14-year-old kid, you should be doing it in a prison. So you're right there. It's like one-stop shopping. So that's where this joke should have taken place, in a prison. And then they should have all, the whole family should have been put to death immediately. But nope, they're making out and having sex. And they all take each other from behind, which is impossible because if you have a big train, everybody's doing it to each other. The person at the end is pissed. So what happens next? Let's see. They've had a lot of sex. The room's covered in feces. The mother had a big boil on her back. That popped. Tampon finally by the end just kind of falls off the window. It was hanging there the whole time. The music gets more Carney-like. And they all start doing like a 3-ring circus with each other's tits. So gone right now. Oh, I'll tell you what happens right now. Father takes out some amyl nitrates and he pops them, like in The Professional, Gary Oldman. He goes like that. And then he just starts fucking going nuts. He does like Fred Astaire did. He goes dancing up the wall. And then he just starts kicking everybody right in the dicks. He kicks his kids in the dicks. He kicks his wife in the dick. I didn't fully tell you the whole story. The whole family has dicks. The entire family, kind of like Hermie family. And I haven't mentioned piss yet. There is
A
piss.
Hermie family?
By the way, if you're going to shit and have all these involuntary fluids coming at you, there's got to be piss. I just wanted to go on record saying piss in the room as well. Because I think piss, by the way, it's kind of like if you ever watch the Food Network, they're going to show this on other planets. All right, he popped the amyl nitrate. He's got smelling salts that he's been giving to his kids. They keep passing out, you know, the fact that their heads are bleeding and they've been anally raped in front of an agent yet. The room is just covered in piss and blood and hemorrhoids stuck to the father's nose, and they all go, ta-da! And the agent just looks at them and he says, "Well, that's I've never seen anything like that before." And he goes, "What do you people call yourselves?" And the father says, this is hard to do. It's hard to do the end of the joke. Because what he should have said is the mouth-fisting, dirty, sick, hemorrhoid-infested, bloody vomit, shit diarrhea-covered, pedophilic piece of shit, aristocrat family. But that is just dirt. And it's not funny. I ain't laughing. So I would say, you have to say the punchline, don't you? The whole family. They do this whole, make them laugh. And they do a whole cute little ta-da, except two of the kids. They're half dead because they just had the shit kicked out of them. They're covered in feces. It's fucking horrible. And then they're like, and the father goes, "What do you think?" And the agent goes, "Wow." He just kind of wipes a little bit of shit away from his eyes, kind of takes off a little bit of the blood that's on him. And he goes, "What do you guys call yourselves?" And the little kid, in his dying breath, the little kid that his father kicked him in the head. Let me do it differently. Hold on. Ta-da! And the agent goes, "Wow, that's some act. What do you people call yourselves?" And the father takes his fist out of his wife's mouth. It's been in there the whole time. It was like, there's like a suctiony sound, and she's just got no teeth, and she's covered in diarrhea. And she mouths the word, "Aristocrat."
So that's the punchline. What do you call yourselves? The aristocrats.
God, I mean,
God.
Oh, so anybody
he just couldn't land that fucking plane.
Well, that's the whole thing. You're supposed to just go on and on and on.
Jesus Christ.
So
Mission
anybody
accomplished for him.
the media is like, oh, he was a sweet dad, and there's, Danny Tanner, what a wonderful man. And everybody says, yes, he was a wonderful man. He was a nice guy, give the shirt off his back. But he was the filthiest fucking comedian in the history of filthy fucking comedians. So hats off to Bob Saget. Bob Saget truly had big joke energy, and he will be missed. I don't care what anybody says. That motherfucker was funny. So,
yep, I agree.
Hmm.
Oh God, you all right, man?
That was rough.
That was rough. That was a lot.
Yeah,
That was a fucking rough one.
I was like,
Pull his hand right out.
Is this
Stuck
gonna
it out
end?
his nose.
like at some point you're going, oh my God, am I? And even he's like, oh, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Oh my God.
So that was, we used to do, on the old podcast, we would like do deaths all the time. And so I thought, since we also talked about Bob Saget, we would be remiss if we didn't at least mention that we lost the legendary Betty White too. And that was kind of a bummer.
Yeah. Wait,
There
didn't we
was
talk
definitely-
about her when she died? We didn't.
No.
Huh.
No.
I thought we talked
So-
about our last one. So. We had a discussion the other day during dinner, because as one does, which is if you're gonna gilf one of the Golden Girls, which one would it be?
Ooh.
If you're gonna what?
Gilf.
Gilf one of the Golden Girls?
Yeah, which
Yeah.
one would it be?
Gee, obviously,
That's a
like Blanche is the obvious choice, right?
Well, I think she would
But-
be the most enthusiastic of
Right.
what she
But-
lacks in flexibility, she'll make up an enthusiasm to try to do different things or to teach you something.
My concern would be, at that age, it wouldn't be all that vigorous to begin with. So if it's been played out enough, like, wouldn't you want the one that's still the freshest, possibly?
Yeah,
So
but
from
that
that
has-
perspective, it
age
would be
has nothing
Rose,
to-
right?
Yeah, but age has nothing to do with how wore out it is, really.
That's true.
That's true. It is the
But-
miles. It is
But
the miles
Blanche,
of the engine, not
it
the
willingly
age of the
admits to
car.
how many people have driven that car.
This is true.
Right.
This is true.
Oh, Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a trade off. Like you don't pick Dorothy. Like you never pick Dorothy because you don't
Wait,
want
she
to
No. Be Arthur.
be Arthur.
Oh,
the tall
okay,
one.
yeah.
The tall one.
You
Yeah.
never pick Dorothy because you don't want to be criticized the whole time and told you're doing it wrong.
Oh, right.
Right,
right,
yeah.
right.
So tall, you have to go up on her.
And you don't pick Sophia because I mean she's just Sophia. It's just the tiniest and the eldest of them all.
I mean,
Or
I
do
guess-
do you?
I mean, maybe you do.
I don't know, man.
She'll probably
It's
die
just-
during it, so she can't tell nobody you did it.
Well, what a story.
But what
It's like- it's like a-
picture it.
It's like a
Picture it,
moped. Is that what
Sicily.
you're saying?
If you will.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord.
Um,
Yeah, I guess it would
did
have
you
to
see-
be Rose, right?
Did you see that email that I sent that
Right
we had
now?
received? We need to talk about this
Let's talk about it.
because
Let me
it's
look at it.
it's referring to last week's episode.
Okay, hold on.
Go ahead, read it.
Okay. Where is it? There it is. Cartoon. Yes, you can get off. Not a porn per se, but clearly you young bucks missed this fine animated feature. Shame, shame. As soon as you said get off to a cartoon, heavy metal was the first thing I thought of.
Oh,
I
I
understand.
mean, I get that. You know,
And then included a picture of a cartoon from,
well,
heavy
the
metal.
it's
pictures
like that Frank
if you-
Frazetta
well, if
stuff.
Yeah.
if you watch heavy metal, there's a gratuitous amount of titty bouncing that happens with this. With this character.
True.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. No matter what it is, if it's a cartoon, still weird.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
look, hey, to each their own, whatever. I don't care. But that's just fucking weird.
Yeah,
I don't like
You
the
can have your
toes or something,
opinion
you
about it,
can't.
however wrong it may be, but mine's right, and that's all I'm trying to say.
Well, Johnny
Matt-
sent us. Oh, go ahead.
Matt has the brownie opinion when it comes to this. Basically,
Which is?
there's it's simple. There's people who love a fudgy brownie, and then everyone else is wrong.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
Yeah, you're allowed to have your wrong opinion. That's fine. I don't care.
Right.
my favorite one is when you tell people
Freedom of wrongness. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, freedom of wrongness. That's fine.
you tell people I could
It's one
agree
of the
with you, but
amendments,
then
I'm
we'd
sure.
both be wrong.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's one of the amendments somewhere. So it's written
Yeah,
down somewhere.
It's got to be.
So let's see. I've got a couple things. So a joke from one of our listeners, Kat. This is all the way back from December. In fact, December 7th. It said, on this day in
Hello.
history, Japan placed an order for the spiciest two-piece combo known to mankind.
Yep.
Oh.
Ooh.
True fucking story.
Oh.
Oh,
That was the biggest case of fuck around and find out in human history.
that's right. So then we also have, let's see. Okay, so from Tom, other Tom, listener Tom, he says, "Are you ready?" Olaf the Viking is shopping at a supermarket when he comes across an old lady in a wheelchair, almost in tears. And what's the matter? Asks Olaf. Oh, sobs the lady. I want to have a look at the frozen pudding, but as you can see, there are 3 steps down into the chiller cabinets. No problem, says Olaf, lifting her onto his back. I'll take you. Olaf strolls through the chiller cabinets with the old lady on his back. She selects several puddings and puts them in her basket that he's carrying for her. At the other end, the old lady's husband is waiting with her wheelchair. I'd really like to thank you, says the old lady as Olaf sets her back down in the chair, but I don't even know who you are. Olaf just waves and walks off. I was really worried about you, comments the old lady's husband. What have you been doing? And the old lady says, I've been through the desserts on a Norse with no name.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Oh, that was a fucking long one of a story.
Somebody else
Uh,
sent us a joke and I can't find it. I don't know where it was.
Well,
But
Johnny
I
told
remember
us.
it.
Oh, go ahead. Say it.
What do what does Kobe Bryant and George Floyd both have in common?
Oh God, here we go.
Fuck.
Whoa.
They both ran out of air.
Say what you want about
mailbag
pedophile.
at mailbag at gmail.com.
I'm just
That's what
repeating
that
a
is.
joke.
I mean,
No, I like it.
Ooh.
Johnny
That's
says, "Say what you want about pedophiles, but at least they drive slow through school zones."
Jesus Christ.
Wait, I don't remember who said it first. I don't remember where I heard it first, but it was a comedian who goes, "I mean, say what you want about Hitler, but at least he killed Hitler."
Jesus.
Remember that old school shirt that said, "What about all the nice things that Hitler did?" And it's like had Hitler holding up a bouquet of flowers. You're like, "Oh
Right.
God!"
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. But it's amazing, and I still love that stuff. These are, if you don't have a sense of humor to laugh at this shit, then life is going to be really hard on you. That's all I can
Yeah.
say.
Yep.
It's really dark sense of humor, but
You
it's
know.
a sense of humor nevertheless.
Life is like a box of chocolates. It
Mm.
ends sooner for fat people.
Oh, damn.
Hey, that's
Fucking
our word.
diabetes.
You can't use that word. That's our word.
Wait, did you
Oh,
guys
man.
hear the CDC? I don't mean to interrupt Big Joke Energy, but did you hear the CDC said that all the kids, like 75% of all the kids hospitalized with COVID are obese? And
Well, I think
like,
they said 75% of all the deaths from COVID were involving people with at least
four comorbidities.
comorbidities. 4.
Yeah, four.
Well,
Four.
Not,
So-
not like 1, 2, 4, like 4. That was the starting number.
How did COVID go from like losing your taste and smell and dry
To killing
cough
fat people?
to- no, no, that's been doing it the whole time. To
To Richard
to the
Simmons
nighttime
status?
sniffling, sneezing, fucking
Coughing, aching,
achy,
stuff.
sore
Yeah, the
throat.
NyQuil
Yeah.
commercial.
How the fuck did it go from that to this? And now we're like, oh fuck, NyQuil commercial. This is bad, guys. You're like, are you sure it's COVID and not just a fucking cold? Like,
Well, here's the
Yeah.
thing. The Lysol bottle has said coronavirus for years. So guess
Right.
what? There's been so many times that you thought you had a cold that you probably just had the coronavirus, the regular kind. The Megatron, Deltathon, fucking Chancla, fucking, I don't know.
Omicron Persei 8.
this is it's gonna keep going. Whatever.
Yeah. So it's been
Anyways.
going. I mean, like fucking it's been that way this whole time. So whatever. How about should we do some blonde jokes, or should we do some death jokes, or some
Death
drug
jokes. Death.
Death jokes?
Death.
Death
Do
jokes
some
for sure.
Death jokes. Here we
Death and dick. What?
go.
I think you said dick jokes.
No,
Death,
I did
no,
not.
death.
Dick
Death.
death.
Dick death. It's called marriage.
That's fucking true.
That's why does
Oh,
every woman
God.
smile when she walks down the aisle at her wedding? Because she knows she's getting her last blowjob. That's what I always say. The man who has created autocorrect has died. Restaurant in peace.
A little boy walks into a local quarter store. He goes in with his weekly allowance from his parents, usually to get a candy bar or something like that. But this time, to the cashier's surprise, he brings up a bottle of laundry detergent. "What do you need this for, kid?" asked the cashier. The young boy explains how his dog is filthy and needs a bath. The cashier explains to him, that is a terrible idea and may even kill the dog. The kid listens to the advice, but proceeds and buys it anyways. A week or so later, the kid goes into the store and brings a candy bar up to the counter. The cashier rings him up and asks, "Hey, so is your dog all right?" To which the little boy replies, "No, he died." The cashier tells him, "I told you it was a bad idea to clean with laundry detergent." The little boy replies, "I don't think it was the detergent that did it. I think it was the rinse cycle."
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, oh,
Damn.
oh my.
Wow.
Hello.
How about a tree house is the biggest insult to a tree? It's like saying, "Here, I killed your friend. Hold him." I don't understand why people get attacked by sharks. Can't they hear the music?
Right? Fucking cellos, man. Hey, do you think when the guy who invented the USB plug dies, when they put his coffin in the ground, they're gonna have to take it back out and turn it over,
Flip it over.
put it back?
If they don't have a hair on their ass.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's
Your-
hilarious.
Your mama's so nasty she pours salt water down her pants to keep the crabs fresh. My bad. I fucked that one up pretty bad. Your mom is so nasty. She pours salt water down her pants to keep the crabs fresh. It's fucking gross.
Your mom's so fat, the back of her neck looks like a pack of hot dogs.
Ew.
Damn.
Shit.
Ew.
That's your sister's
Damn.
like a bowling ball. She gets picked up, fingered, thrown into the gutter, and comes back.
Oh,
Ooh. Or how about your mom is like a doorknob? Everybody gets a turn.
Mm,
Your
mm,
mom's
mm.
like peanut butter. She spreads for bread.
That is. Mom's like a shotgun, one cock and she blows.
Your mom's so stupid she thought menopause was a button on the tape deck.
Mm.
Jesus.
Your mom's so stupid. Someone told her it was chilly outside. She went and got a bowl.
Your mama's so poor, her welcome mat just says, well.
Your
Mama's so fat, her blood type is Rocky Road.
Your mom is so fat she jumped up in the air and got stuck.
Mama's so fat she wore a Malcolm X t-shirt and helicopters tried to land on the bitch.
Oh my God.
Marco and I loved your mama jokes back in the
Hell
day.
yeah. Your mom's
Yeah.
so fat. It took me 2 buses to get to her good side.
Well, your mama's so fat her belt size is equator.
Equator.
Oh shit. Your mom was so fat she stepped on a scale and said to be continued.
Your mama's so fat she wore a red shirt and everybody's like, hey, Kool-Aid.
Shit, your mom was so fat I swerved to miss her and my car ran out of gas.
God. Oh my God, I love these things. They were so good.
Yo, your mom was so fat that when she wears high heels, that bitch struck oil.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
See, I had a fat mom and she was psycho, so I didn't really just stayed away from
Listen.
the jokes.
Is there not a
Your mama's-
punchline there?
No, she's really fat and psychotic.
Hey,
Damn
listen.
it, Chuck.
Your mama's so fat she can't even jump to conclusion.
Jesus.
Your mama's so fat when I was done banging her, I rolled over twice and I was still on her.
Mm. Your mama's so fat that bitch brought a spoon to the Super Bowl.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I think on that note,
Oh, Jesus. Marco with the closer.
Marco with the closer. We'll see
Your mama
you in
jokes.
the
We grew
locker
up on
room.
this
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh God, Marco and I played the dozens like a boss, man.
Oh man, that shit was
God.
good.
That was good. There was a good show on that. So anyway, until our next episode, we'll see you in the locker room.
See
You
ya.
and your mama. You and your mama.
That bitch won't fit in the locker room.
that bitch is the locker room.
I was about to say, it's just locker room.